Alex, I have to say first, Happy New Year. I think I can still say that because as we speak, we're still in January. And two, this is the most comfortable I've ever seen you. It is so nice to see you relaxed because, especially last year, it was red carpets and running around all over the place and awards and winning and congratulations. It's nice to see you get a little bit of downtime before you're back out on the road and doing what you do great. How does it feel getting some downtime?
It feels good. However, I've been, during the pandemic, and when I produced my album from home, that triggered a few ideas of, finally committed to make a studio, recording studio for me. So we did that, and I've been producing somebody else for the whole month of December from home. It's been nice. It's been a lot of work, but it's been nice be able to do it from home, and that's why you find me so comfy right here talking to you. Home is home for sure.
What was 2022 for you like? Because I just mentioned a couple of things, but like I said, it seemed like whatever I saw you, it was something special going on. And when I got emails, there was something special going on. What were some of those special moments for you, sir?
Well, 2022 was without a doubt one of the most amazing years I had in music. From the Grammy to a doctorate that the university in Kingston, Queen's University gave me. It was a year that I have to say it got to the point where it was like almost too much. It felt really, really incredible. I am very grateful. I am very excited about continuing producing music and putting myself out there in the way that I know that I like making music, and that for so many years my Canadian fans and people around the world have been enjoying and giving me energy to keep going. So it was one of those years that if you take it the right way, it gives you the energy that you need in order to keep going. Music is very different these days. Sometimes you wonder if people even know out there what a guitar is anymore. When you play a guitar or an upright bass or or a piano, a real instrument. Because the truth is that the music world has changed a lot.
Yes.
And I think what remains and what I am keeping an eye on is on the level of honesty, on the level of crafting something that gives people something, gives people energy, gives people hope, gives people love, because in the end, that's what are supposed to be doing rather than taking that away. So I think I still have a lot to do in music.
Absolutely. I got to ask one question though. During the summer, did you not play at a winery in Ontario?
Yes, that was Jackson Tree.
Yeah. I was supposed to be at that show and I couldn't make it down. The last minute, I had to change plans. What was that show like? Because I really wanted to see you there.
Really, you just touched something very important, because I think right up there with winning the Grammy, with the doctorate thing, and later on with the Stocano Award thing, it was that show. That show uh, put a lot of things, finally put a lot of things together for me in my mind and the way I've been constructing my music in Canada for years. I've been wanting to play solo shows.
Yeah.
Take a look at it. But the thing that was stopping me for many years is like, of course, most of my music is in Spanish. I sing in Spanish. So in the back of my mind, there was that thing. It's like, oh, maybe it's not as interesting for people who doesn't understand the Spanish and stuff like that. So I always thought of having rhythm session behind me and stuff like that was kind of, a helpful element for people to at least, to get into the beats, into the music and stuff like that, right? Guess what? This started for me about 3 or 4 years ago when I crossed over to the United States and I started doing solo stuff. Alex Cuba has arrived at that point where the music communicates even deeper, even further on my own. And Jazz on the Tricks was a highlight of last year. I played for almost 2 hours on my own. I received 3 encores. I had to go back to stage 3 times, all on my own. And I'm just about to do it again. So this tour coming up is going to be a solo tour. And I'm quite proud of that because for me, it means so many things. It means, number one, that I have a good handle on Canada, and the appreciation that I feel for Canada shows that way.
Mhm.
That I know what Canadian artists are about, that I feel like the fish in water, when I'm on stage, I myself giving them the entertainment, but also giving them the passion, giving them communicating at higher levels, I think. The truth is that I've been told many times that the way I play my guitar, the way I am able to keep time, my harmonic language. I've been told many times that I am one man orchestra, and I don't take that for granted. But the truth is that the more naked I am on stage, in terms of what else is sounding, the more of me people get, and it's mind blowing how it's happening. I am quite feeling quite strong about that because it's like I said at the beginning. I will try to say it was a process to arrive there, to finally arrive there, and I'm glad that I did the job, the work that it takes, developing a body of work, a body of music that when you listen to it, something that I am very proud about is that not one of my songs sounds like another, and I'm sitting on 8 albums, and so that makes for a very enjoyable evening. You can travel, feel that the audience travel musically with me, and that for me, it's right out there with having, the Grammy and everything else. It's a win. It's a revelation. It's a revolution. It's an inspiration, I guess, for a lot of people coming up to me. So it can be that.
As we speak, I do believe the tour begins. Let me just double check to make sure. Tour begins February 2nd in Waterford, Ontario at the Old Town Hall. During this tour, my friend, you're going to be playing a new single too, correct?
Absolutely. Have you listened to it?
Yes, I did. What's the single called? And talk about it, please.
The single is called Quiero Quedarme, which means I want to stay. That's the literal translation of it. It's a love song, and we're putting it out just in time for, I guess, San Valentine's or Valentine's Day, and as always, it has that little extra something that I really always go for in talking about love. It's cool, it's cozy, it's romantic, it's danceable, it's melodically beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful melodies I've ever written, and it has a little bit of a new sound for me. At the same time that I was building my album, back in 2020 that won the Grammy, I was also visited. I was visited by something, a group of songs that wanted sort of a different space in my mind, and that was I felt the need of the hunger, in a way, creative hunger for introducing a few electronic elements into some of those pieces. And I tried different beat makers and people like that in the industry, and nobody was getting it exactly as I wanted it. Let's be honest. It's not easy to integrate organic music with electronic music. Yes. Those two sometimes they fight. Those two worlds they fight.
True.
But and that's exactly when I said, I guess I have to try to do it myself. And I started diving into it, and I got it, and to my liking, and it's grabbed the personality that I didn't I didn't think it was possible. So people are enjoying. I've already been reading a few comments and stuff like that. People sending messages about the new song, and I think it's just gonna be very well received, and I can't wait to the whole country to hear it, and in the world.
Okay, does that mean an album is going to be following this again soon?
I haven't decided quite yet if the group of songs with that little bit of a, let's call it hybrid sound,
Mm-hmm.
is gonna conform an album, an EP, or anything. All I can tell you that I am working already on the next step after that.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's in perfect tune with what we were just talking about my live show. I'm going to venture into putting out an entirely solo album, one voice and one guitar. It's gonna be very ambitious. I want to do like 15 songs. I have 5 already recorded. The reason for that is because I want to go back to basis. I
Mm-hmm.
want to show with all I got the true power of a good song. How it stands on his legs if the song is good, with very little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think also if you take a look at what's happening with me over the digital platforms like Spotify and stuff, like people around the world, my fans, they're favoring my solo songs. They're favoring my minimalistic or apparent simplicity sort of work. I call it, apparent simplicity because the truth is that it's not simple. It sounds simple, but it's not, and that is something that made me think a lot about how to deliver the music, because there is a quote, I think it's from John Coltrane, that as soon as I came across it, I was like, oh my god. His definition of talent is the ability to make something complicated sound simple.
Yeah.
And if the person is capable of doing that by the very nature of it, of this person, this musician, whatever, that is exactly the power. That is exactly what needs to be showcased. That is exactly how people are going to react to what you're giving them. Because in the delivery of one voice and one guitar, there is a huge amount of simplicity. There is no distractions of where is the focus, but there is also a lot of information happening at the same time. And I'm captivated by that. And I think the solo album is going to be very strong that way.
Always your music is strong. Just curious as we slowly wrap this up, is the Grammy around near you?
Yes, you want to see it?
Yeah. We have to see, because the only time I ever saw it was when you did the video of opening up the box and taking it out.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, I got it here. I'm going to put it right now.
As we're traveling through your home.
I had it in my studio, but I brought it back to the house so somebody came to visit me and then.
Ah, that thing's big
and heavy.
Yeah,
it weighs. It weighs. Yeah.
I gotta ask you, man, what was it like for you to? It's when you win it, you're excited and everything, but there it is, artist, producer, engineer, Latin pop album 2021. What was it like for you to receive it and open it and see it physically for the first time with your name on it? Because I don't think people realize that when you win the Grammys there and you have to speak to the press, it's basically a prop Grammy that they give you to hold, and then they take it back because they got to give it to somebody else who's got to come and do the interviews. So when you finally get yours, what was that like?
Well, it's a crazy moment, and I got to tell you, when you fill up the papers that they send you, with all of the information about the album, who worked on it, and so on, you put forward what you did, right? But that is always, I mean, it's not true and real until you see it in front of you. when I opened that box and I saw that the Grammys that artist producing engineer, that blew my mind. It's like it was hard to take. It was like I was nervous. I broke into this emotional state. I was very surprised and I was very moved by it. It's basically Rudy. It's basically 3 Grammys in one.
Wow.
That's basically what it is. It's 3 Grammys in one. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. I gotta tell you, I didn't see that coming. I don't want to think that it was easy. It's like because usually when things surprise you like that, there is a moment where you think, wow, really, But no, it was it moved me and wow, I gotta tell you, I'm very proud of my wife and I because how we handle it. I tell you, psychologically to win something like that from an independent standpoint, if you don't have the right support around you, I think I mess with you because it's no matter what, you're gonna feel pressure. No matter what, you're gonna start somehow doubting, your next step. You wonder if from this point forward, you need to show up with 20 people entourage everywhere you go. Things like that. But I tell you, Canada is a great country for that because how humble Canadian people are, how polite, how you know, no flashy. Let's just put it away. And that
Hmm.
has helped me a lot to keep reminding myself how it made it happen, how it happened, why it happened, and who I am, and how I should keep going, being myself.
As
No
we
matter
speak, the Grammys are coming up. I'm just going to ask you one more question. And you kind of went over it, but I'm going to ask again, though. What is it like for you to prepare for the Grammy show? Because again, it's a split show because you have the untelevised version and then you have the televised. So technically, you're going to 2 different shows. So, what
what.
is it like for you to go to prepare for the Grammys, getting dressed and everything, go to the Grammys, and then have to sit category after category after category, waiting for your name or your category to come up? And then you got to play it cool because the camera's on you and just waiting to see. So, you're either going to have a face of, excitement that is great, or if
or
you don't win,
or
you have to be like, it's okay. It's all right.
yeah,
And don't get
yeah,
caught like some people have who are like, what do you mean I didn't win?
right. Like you say, it's a show, and that's the mentality. You have to prepare for the show. You are on camera, you are in front of the whole industry, and you gotta look your best. You gotta celebrate. Like, I think the thing that I always try to do is to remind myself that no matter what, just being nominated is huge. Just being nominated and being in that room with so many other incredible, you know, artists and musicians and producers, you name it, it's already a major thing. Um, Having said that, though, I have to say that the way this one happened, because I didn't go. I don't know if you know this. I couldn't go this last
That's
year
right.
when I won because it conflicted with my itinerary, right?
That's right. That's
And
right.
the Grammys, they had to change the original date from January to April because of that variant of COVID,
Because they moved to
Omicron.
Vegas. They couldn't do it in LA, so they moved to Vegas.
Well, when they were forced to change the date due to the COVID thing, they couldn't get a date at the what is it? Used to be Staples Center, now it's called
Yeah.
something. It's a Bitcoin Arena or something like that.
Yes.
And they couldn't get a gate, so they had to move to Vegas. The only location they were able to find was in Vegas. But I had then shows here in BC. I had 2 shows with the symphony, the Okanagan Symphony. And I said, well, I'm not going to be able to, we have to cancel our tickets and, our plane tickets and all of that. And in the end, I tell you that it was quite magical to win it that way. Having me been there 3 times, yes, there was less stress, there was less preparing for it. That was the camera didn't see me, so which although it's a good thing. I mean, it's a massive moment that you get because I think during the telecast at night, then they run the ones that won during the day, so your face is seen. Even though my face wasn't shown anywhere, I was still, very happy that it happened the way it did because I don't know, it felt very, very real, very natural to me. I'm in my element. I was driving back home from the shows, and it screamed nothing but reality. Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real. And yeah, it was, and it was a family moment, pretty much. It was a family moment for me. I was with my wife and my youngest in the car, but my father, started trying to call me. I was going in and out areas with service, and then when he finally was able to get a hold of me, it was funny. He thought that I knew, and I didn't because I was driving in purpose because I didn't want to be glued to the screen on my phone. And he was like, "Okay, give me a quote, for the media." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, John? What are you talking about?" And it took like 2 times me saying that before he flew in that I didn't know. And then he's like, "You don't know?" I'm like, "You don't know what?" He's like, "You won this thing, man." It was amazing. And most people say, I mean, and then Canadian media said that was the most Canadian way to win a Grammy. Driving through snowstorm.
That is absolutely true. What
I'm
advice
proud of
can
that.
you give? What advice can you give this year's Canadian Grammy nominees who are going through this whole experience right now with the press and the anticipation, the show itself? What advice can you give them? Some of them have done it before, some haven't. What advice can you give them?
Right. Well, as I've been saying, just the fact that you've been nominated is massive. It's something incredible. Don't take it for granted. Take it as an inspiration to keep going and better yourself every time. The fight is with oneself and making yourself better every time. The fact that you've been nominated or even won doesn't mean that you have even better music. That you don't have even better music coming. So you have to work at it. Because music doesn't happen on its own. You gotta work.
Okay, and we got to get you working on a best Oscar score or best Oscar song with your music. That's the next one. We got to get that Oscar right next to your Grammy. So, my friend, congratulations on the tour. Congrats on the Grammy, as always. Congrats on the new music. Just, you know what, man? 2022, 2021, awesome years for you. Just looking forward to what you're going to do in 2023. And if you're back at that winery again, man, I'm doing everything I can to make sure I'm there for that show.
Well, I will send you a card to pick you
up. Sounds good.
You're my guest next time.
I love it. Big love, my friend. Thank you so much.